All right. Today we're gonna get a little serious. So before I begin this cartoon conspiracy, viewer discretion is advice. There will be some conversations about sexual harassment. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, and today we're gonna bring another creepy, crazy cartoon conspiracy your way. I've done a couple of cartoon conspiracies before on this channel. I did one about the Rugrats, which is probably my all-time favorite cartoon conspiracy. I did one about Hey Arnold and Him, and Him was a controversial one-ish because I did research and it talks about how Him is actually the gay uncle of the professor, and because the professor is so against his sexuality, he told the girls, hey, he's diabolical, he's satanic, he's from the devil, so don't talk to your uncle because he's demonic, hence why Him is very flamboyant and very demonic, looks like a devil. But today's episode we're going to talk about Doug. Doug is a deep cut Nicktoons show. A lot of kids don't know this show nowadays, but if you grew up in the 90s or you had a brother or sibling that grew up in the 90s, they know Doug. Doug had probably one of the greatest, honestly catchiest, hookiest TV show intro to a cartoon. Yeah, very catchy, very hooky. And Doug is about a 12-year-old boy that just moved into Bluffington, and he meets a lot of interesting people with a lot of interesting names. Even Doug's last name is funny, Doug Funny, which is funny. He has a love interest named Patty Mayonnaise, and his best friend is called Skeeter Valentine. Hey, Doug. Yeah, and his dog is Pork Chop, just to sum it all up. So these are all his friends, but he has a neighbor as well called Mr. Dink, aka Bud Dink. Very crazy first name.
Very expensive.
But before I continue, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, tell your friends about the spooky stuff we're doing here, and go grab some snacks, go grab some coffee, and let's talk about spooky cartoon conspiracies. A lot of people have asked me, where did I get this cup at? And it's MajorCrimesDivision.com. Great spooky stuff. Go check them out. I'm not endorsed or sponsored or anything by them. Tell them I sent you. Tell them Leo Vasquez sent you. Go buy some spooky stuff. Go support a small business. So Mr. Dink is Doug's neighbor, right? He is this purple, weird-looking dude and becomes really good friends with Doug's parents and Doug and all this stuff. According to the conspiracy theory, the cartoon conspiracy theory is that Mr. Dink is a pedophile. He is a sexual molester. He's just a pedophile. He is going for it. He wants to get Doug and just unfortunately do unspeakable things. Throughout the whole cartoon, you always see how Mr. Dink invites Doug over to his house. Just to hang out, I guess. I don't know. And there are some moments in the cartoon where you see Mr. Dink take pictures of Doug by accident. Like, oh, sorry, I was looking for a nematode. What the hell's a nematode?
Aha! Oh, it's just you, Douglas. For a minute there, I thought I saw a nematode.
As we start building this plot or story of Mr. Dink, you start to see that he is very friendly with his parents. He's very friendly with Doug. And, unfortunately, when it comes to pedophiles, they always tend to be the ones who are closest to you in either an uncle or a best friend or a best friend that's a neighbor. Chris Hansen is going to have a field day with Mr. Dink. You don't know who Chris Hansen is?
You have a hard time finding the place, or?
Yeah, man.
You got lost, huh?
Yeah, who are you, man?
Oh, who are you?
Yeah, it's that guy. He was in charge of the 90s, or in 2000s actually, where he went and did sting operations where he would have actors pretend to be 12-year-olds and just lure in predators. That was a crazy concept show. Wow.
Am I being taped?
You are being taped.
Oh, crap. Am I gonna be upbeat? Oh, Weston.
Anyways, Mr. Dink is one of those. He's one of those predators that just loves the little boy that is Doug. Doug is 12 years old. The kid, all he wants to do is be with his friend and his love interest, who is Patty, and his best friend Skeeter, and the bully named Roger. But no, he has a bigger problem. He is fighting off this predator, this pedophile. And the craziest thing is that Mr. Dink is actually like in charge of the Bluffington Scouts, the Bluff Scouts. Sorry, Bluffington Scouts, the Bluff Scouts. So it's pretty much the Boy Scouts of Bluffington. And Mr. Dink is in charge of all these boys. He would take them out on adventures. And there's this one episode where Mr. Dink they go to the forest to canoe or hang out or do something in the forest, as Boy Scouts would do, and they get lost. So Mr. Dink is like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go look for help. Y'all chill here, do your thing. And all of a sudden they look up and they see Mr. Dink covered in a bush, naked. And is like, sorry guys, I lost my pants. So he had a bush covering his bush, which is very, what are you doing?
But my clothes were soaked. So I laid them out to dry. And when I came back, I saw a bear and ran for my life. And,
What?
well, here I am.
Gee, Mr. Dink, I'm sure glad we came looking for you.
Yeah, Mr. Dink really was pushing the envelope as a leader or a mentor figure to when it comes to these boys. This is sad, but this conspiracy theory gets even sadder. Fortunately, since Doug was so depressed and so anxious and traumatized from everything that Mr. Dink was doing to him, Doug started taking drugs, and his sister was pretty much the one that had the drugs because she was this very artsy hipster drama actress, West Hollywood-esque kind of gal.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Hello?
And she had drugs, so Doug would go into his sister's room, steal some LSD, steal some drugs, get high, and just start to hallucinate this life that he wished he had. This is why we have Quailman, which is one of his alter egos.
Yes, I'll save you, Patty.
He has other alter egos. He has like one that's kind of Indiana Jones, another one that's like a spy. But the one that I really remember from the top of my head is Quailman, which he's a superhero. Yeah, this got really sad and really dark. The boy just wanted to live his 12-year-old life, but Mr. Dink just harassed him and abused him sexually, which is horrible and scary, and no one deserves that. You know, I never really thought about this conspiracy theory like this, but if you really look into this, you kind of see how Mr. Dink is just always around. And of course, it's a cartoon. It plays it very happy, and it plays it very, you know, oh, look, it's buttercups and rainbows. It's all pretty and nice, but this guy is always present in Doug's life. It gets very dark. This is a dark one. This is a sad one. This is a dark, sad one. The kid is sexually molested, and he is a drug addict, or he takes drugs to escape the reality of what Mr. Dink has done to him. Before I end, I do want to compare it to this book I read called Go Ask Alice. I read this book when I was young, very young, probably too young. The drummer of my church at the time, I think I was 11, 12, he was 16, 17. He said he just finished reading this book called Go Ask Alice, and he recommended it to me. This book, Go Ask Alice, is about an anonymous person that we read her diary entries. Now, this girl was not doing drugs or anything like that, but sooner or later she got introduced into the world of drugs. And you see in her diary how her life just spirals out of control. And unfortunately, spoiler, she dies of a drug overdose. It's a very sad book, and this book reminds me of Doug Funny and his life. Go read the book. Tell me what you think, and if you read it, put in the comment section down below what you think about it. Do you see any comparisons with what I just told you about Doug Funny, the TV show Doug, and Go Ask Alice? With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this episode up. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Let me know what other cartoon conspiracies you want me to talk about. There are so many, and there's a lot of movie conspiracies I want to talk about. But if there's anything spooky you do want me to mention or talk about or do research on, let me know in the comment section. All right, love you guys. God bless. See you guys in another episode. Bye.